Hey there, I hope you enjoyed those scenes. Now I want to take a minute for a sponsored mid-roll break to talk to you about the music that I used. So the music came from a service called Audiio. Audiio is a site that has music and sound effects that you can access through a yearly subscription called Audiio Pro. This gives you unlimited downloads and you can use the music and sound effects for any kind of project, including client work. So browsing Audiio's music catalog, I found that there's sort of a different vibe than I get from other catalogs.
Welcome to the darkness.
They have a lot of music that I would describe as analog, retro, indie feeling, and it definitely doesn't feel like generic stock library music. And that's what's really important for me for my creative projects. I don't want music that sounds generic. I want songs that sound individual and have personality. Also, Audiio is now launching a new AI-based search engine called Link Match. So what you do is you copy and paste a URL to any song from YouTube or Spotify or TikTok or Apple Music or SoundCloud, and then Link Match will use AI to find a similar song in their database. So this can be insanely useful if you're trying to get a really specific sound. Maybe you want the sound of a specific artist, or maybe you just don't know how to describe the type of sound that you're looking for, and it's much easier just to paste a link to a similar song. So there's going to be a link in this video where you can try out Link Match AI for free for a limited number of searches. And then if you want unlimited searches, you just have to upgrade to the Pro subscription. And if you use my discount code to sign up, then you'll get 70% off your first year of Audiio Pro subscription. Okay, hope that got you interested in audio, and you're about to hear even more audio music in the review section of this video. So let's keep going. I'm Brandon Lee, and in this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Sirui Saturn Anamorphic lenses. This is the kit with the 35, the 50, and the 75mm. These are 1.6x anamorphic lenses, and I'm testing them on E-mount. First of all, I really do enjoy shooting with them because it feels like I have a full set of lenses. I can get most of the shots that I would want to get. I do wish there was a telephoto focal length. I wish there was a lens that was quite a bit longer, like 100, 135, or even 150mm, because that would let me get a lot more bokeh in the background of my shots, a lot more background separation, which would make the shots look more anamorphic. It would give more of that anamorphic character. But as a set, these are still quite functional. 35 to 75 is a really useful range. If you are a follow focus user, one great thing about these lenses is that they all have the same focus throw. So that means that you can quickly switch out the lenses without making major adjustments to your follow focus setup. So what do I think of the look of these lenses? Well, I would describe the look of them as modern and clean. They don't feel like vintage lenses. It doesn't feel like I slapped on some old anamorphic from the 70s with all the aberrations and all the character. I'm not getting that kind of a feeling from these lenses. They definitely feel like lenses from 2023, and they're very clean and very sharp. And because the squeeze factor is only 1.6x, if I don't shoot carefully, it will look like I just shot on a spherical and cropped it with letterbox. So that means if I want to add those aberrations later, either in post or through filtration, I can dirty them up, detune them if I want. But if I want a completely clean image, I can get that too. So if you really want a lot of anamorphic character in your shots, I recommend shooting into the light so you get those lens flares, getting closer to your subject, and using a diopter to reduce the minimum focus distance. The T2.9 aperture is fine. Of course, I wish that it was a T2, but that would mean that the lenses would be twice the size, and one of the main appeals of these lenses is their small size. So I am willing to trade off that extra f-stop, extra t-stop in order to get a much smaller package here, especially because I'm shooting on a gimbal. The flares of these lenses are quite pronounced. You may like it, you may not. I'm in the middle about it. I like the flares, but I do think that there's just a bit too much of them, and they tend to streak across the whole lens a bit too much. And I don't know exactly the physics of that, like what causes the flares to streak so much, but they're just a little bit distracting to me sometimes. So what I did when I was shooting was I basically controlled the flares by hiding them behind other objects like plants or buildings, and then sort of moving my body a little bit to feather the flare and let it enter the frame just a little bit. And then I would rock back the other way and make the flare disappear. So that way I was able to have some flare in my shots without it being too overpowering. Shooting on a gimbal with these lenses has been a pretty painless experience. It basically just feels like I'm shooting with the spherical prime. And switching out the lenses, completely effortless. I don't have to rebalance the gimbal, which saves me a lot of time. The only part of switching the lenses that's gotten annoying for me is the filters, because currently I don't have a fully magnetic way to switch out those diopter lenses and my NDs all in one go. So basically I'm screwing and unscrewing filters quite a bit when I switch out on the gimbal. So overall, I do recommend the Sirui Saturn Anamorphic Lens Kit for people who want to shoot anamorphic and keep their kit light and mobile. Now, if you're looking for the ultimate in anamorphic character, if you're looking for a whole lot of personality in your lenses, these are not the lenses for you. or you may want to add an additional 1.25 or 1.33x adapter to these lenses to get the full 2x squeeze. Then you'll have tons of character and also tons of flaws in your image because of the additional glass that you've added. But for people who are just trying to get a wider image, keep their kit small, and get some of the characteristics of anamorphic lenses, I do recommend the Sirui Saturn Anamorphic Kit. All right, so this has been my review. I'm Brandon Lee. If you want to learn more about the lenses, link is in the description. If you want to learn more from me, link to my film school Unscripted Studio is also in the description. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.